This is just a short video of the TMC GPR-90 receiver. It's now been fully refurbished and aligned. And I had an issue on the band 6, the highest band, with the noise level. And I thought there was perhaps something wrong with the receiver, so I checked the components in the band 6 stage, and everything seemed to be fine. But it just couldn't receive the same low-level signals as the other bands. And I experimented a little bit today, and I found out the reason why. And the reason is this light. With the receiver exposed on the bench, there's just a few inches of wire coming from the antenna terminals into the coil box. And also I was using two leads, flying leads, going to the 75 ohm input connectors on the back of the set here, with a 25 ohm resistor in there to balance out with the 50 ohms from the signal generator. And I know the voltages aren't exactly right because of the impedance mismatch, but relatively speaking, they're okay. So I couldn't really receive a 1 microvolt signal on AM on this band. It was lost in the noise. And I found by putting a coax connector and connecting that into, somebody had put an SO239 socket on the back of the receiver at some point, but that's into the 300 ohm connection in the wideband input transformer. So I didn't use that. I did it per the book and used 75 ohm terminals. And what I found is that this light is emitting radiation sort of radiates in about particularly in the 20 megahertz region for some reason. And that was causing a lot of interference in the middle of the band 6. A little bit less at the high end, a little bit less at the low end. But several megahertz in the center part of it was really bad. So I got the set tuned to, sorry, it's upside down here, about 24.5 megahertz, thereabouts. And the HP 8656B is on 24.5 megahertz. AM modulation and 1 microvolt output signal. Before I connect it up, I'll just do a demonstration of the noise level. This is the ambient noise level being picked up by the receiver, just as a meter across the output. And I'll switch this light off. See the ambient noise level drop down quite a bit there. Switch it back on again. And I found that sometimes you switch it on, there's much more noise coming from it than others. It's a bit strange. So I'm going to have to change that LED bulb out. But anyway, with the coax connection and the light switched off, and 1 microvolt signal on AM, help if I connected it up, of course, into the SO239 socket. So there's quite a bit of impedance mismatch here, 300 ohms, 50 ohms to the jig signal generator. Hopefully you can hear that 1 kilohertz tone loud and clear. And it's not on the crystal filter position, it's on the non-crystal, so it's wideband there. I just turn the amplitude down. It's still audible. It's about 0.2 microvolts. Now if I switch the modulation off, it's just the carrier. Switch the BFO on, and switch the audio filter into the 1200 hertz audio filter and peak it. I can now take the signal level down to 1 microvolt, which is the lowest this receiver will go to. With the AGC off. So absolutely no problem receiving a 0.1 microvolt signal. even with the impedance mismatch. So actually there's less than 1 microvolt going into that. So problem solved. It's entirely to do with noise in the workshop here, which I've had a problem with before, but never noticed how bad that light was in the 20 megahertz range. So there we go. I will be doing another video on this GPR-90 before I pack it away, and so demonstrating the front panel controls and how well it receives on different bands and so on. It's actually a pretty good receiver, very, very similar in style and performance to some Hammerlands, and it's been quite an interesting project.